Hey folks, Alex here, 95 to Freedom. So glad you can join me on today's video. Folks, I sold all of my Misty position. In today's video, I'm going to explain why I did that and what I did instead. Also, I have a lot of things that I have changed in my portfolio, adding some more money and some of more funds that I've purchased. So please stick around for that. Let's get started, folks. We're going to make it brief. We're going to make it interesting. Let's go. So first off, a huge shout out to all my new subscribers, folks. I'm at 1,673 subscribers, which is just amazing to think that just like less than a month ago, I was floating like 120 subs. So if you're into this channel, you like this type of content, folks, I don't sell e-guides. I don't sell spreadsheets. I don't sell you any courses. Everything I do is just me sharing the information that I know. None of this is financial advice, but I'm just going through a journey. And if you want to follow along, please watch my stuff. So if you like this, give me a thumbs up, folks. Okay, let's talk about why I sold my Misty position, folks. If we go to my dividend tracker and, ooh, sneaky preview of Friday's dividends that I've already calculated. But uh, I had a lot of these funds. Okay, so if you go back to my last couple week videos, I had funds like TSLY, TSMY, NVIDIA, Platy, Coney, AMD, Hui, SMCY, and Misty. Okay, Misty, folks. I sold my whole position on Misty. I had over $60,000 of Misty. Last week, I've unloaded it. I reduced my position down to $24,000. And today, I've completely eliminated my Misty position. Am I crazy? Well, it's up to you to decide that. But this is what I don't like, folks. MSTR is the underlier for MSTY. Look at this. MSTR has been on a decline, folks. Let's take a look at this chart. We had an all-time high at $455.90, and that was back July 16th. And ever since then, it's been dropping. We are down 8.6% in the last 5 days. And I mean, looking at this chart, okay, I'm no mind reader, but you could assume this could be a small pullback and it will continue to climb up, or you can zoom out a little bit more and you can see, okay, well, what happened here on the last all-time high? We went all the way down to $255. And having a very large position like I did, that did not make me very comfortable. If we look at MSTY, the Yield Max Fund, okay, so let's take a look at this one. Now, this one has a much shorter history, folks. The fund started just back February 23rd of 24, but look at this slow decline here. Now, it looks like it's moving sideways, so potentially we could see another uptick up. But again, we can't. MSTY is not going to outperform MSTR. I mean, there might be days that it does, especially on the low days. MSTY will take a smaller hit than MSTR, but is this a bubble situation? Can we go back and lose 25% of our portfolio? And I did not feel comfortable. The other issue is this is not a Misty week. I'm not giving a dividend this week for Misty. So for me, it doesn't even matter. Misty is next week's payment. Okay, and if say the price stabilizes and bounces back up, well, maybe I'll go in with a position on it to get that juicy dividend. But as far as I'm concerned, me exposing myself to this position, I don't want to be married to these funds, and a lot of folks are kind of married to the funds. They continue to dollar cost average. They have like this super duper belief that all this stuff's going to last forever. No, I think if momentum is up and you're able to extract a dividend and get the momentum as you're getting the dividend, you're kind of double dipping. So my story is, folks, I had Misty. I had a very small position beginning of the year. I was just kind of testing the waters. And then really back in April, I started to kind of double down on it. And this is what I really got out of Misty. I held it for more than 4 months, and I made $8,500. You can't really see it because my face is in the way, but I made $8,500 in dividends. And today, when I sold the last piece of my position, I only took like a $200 loss on my on my position. So really, if you do the math, okay, so $8,500 minus 200. So I made $8,300 on Msty in 4 months. And I'm glad with that. I'll take that, and I'm not going to expose myself. If this thing is going to drop 25%, I don't want to be around for that. If you think I'm dumb for doing that, please leave a comment below. Listen, everybody can have their own opinion, what their strategy is. Since this is a monthly payer and just the risk that MSTR has, it's very speculative, I think, in my opinion. And again, looking at the, really what's driving the price for MSTR is Bitcoin. Okay, we hit this all-time high. You can see this dance that it's doing. Okay, we're going up, we're going down, going up, going down. How long is this dance going to last? Is this going to be, are we going to have a pullback? Is this going to go up? And will MSTR keep up with Bitcoin? Now, I do have a position in Bitcoin, not Bitcoin itself, but I have a position in BTCI. Okay, BTCI is from Neos. This is the fund right here. And I just looked up, this one pays monthly. And I looked up today, I was trying to calculate what I'm going to get in dividend this Friday. So this Friday, they are paying out, if you scroll down to their website, see if I can zoom in here, $1.47 per share. This is one of their higher payouts. Okay, the last one was $1.39, a little bit lower. They had a higher one at $1.51, but this is a very nice average payout. It's we'll take it. So if we look here on BTCI, I have 416 shares. So BTCI is going to make me, let's see, $1.47, $611 this Friday. Now look at BTCI, folks. It's up 9%. Msty, I was just floating around that zero. Like I said, I took a couple $100 loss today just to get out of it. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Let's look at what's going on in the aftermarket. Okay, aftermarkets, sometimes they don't mean anything. Sometimes this stuff can go up 2% and then market open, it could go down 3%. So none of this really matters. But you can see right now, over 9 hours, we're up 0.25%. We were down 2.8% today. So, folks, I sold my MSTY position. Will I go back into it? Maybe, but I want to see some confidence in this, especially on MSTR. If this stock is going to continue to go down, it's going to be very hard for YieldMax to write some good options to generate some income for us. Okay, let's see what else I did today. Folks, I deposited another $45,000 into this account. Now, if you think I'm crazy, leave a comment below. You're crazy. Why are you buying so much ALTI? Folks, I bought another 5,000 shares of ALTI today. I'm up to $30,000. I'm sorry, 30,000 shares in ALTI. Now, if you think that's bananas, I don't know. I'm very bullish on ALTI, folks. ALTI, I hope I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm really gonna screw this screw this up. But look, folks, ALTI, look at this. Ever since April, since they redid the fund, up and sideways, folks. Up and sideways. Amazing dividends. 85% dividends, folks. I just looked up what they're paying on Friday. Friday declaration. Where is it? Let's see. 10 cents. No, this is wrong. This is the 18th. Give me the newest stuff. Right here, folks. We're getting 0.1029 cents. We're almost getting as much as we got last week. Just slightly less. I mean, it's very marginal. But 10 cents, folks. Over 10 cents a share on ALTI. And it's just going sideways, folks. I love this trend. Like, if it can continue like this for the rest of my life, amazing fun. So, 30,000 shares times 10 cents. I don't think you need to pull out a calculator for that, but I'll do it anyways. over $3,000 this week on ALTI. And what's amazing, it's been recovering its dividend. If you guys aren't familiar with recovering the dividend, basically when they pay out this dividend, the price of the share falls by the dividend amount. Now, the next day, if the price of the share goes up, that means you've recovered your dividend. So it's been recovering very nicely for the past 3 months. So I'm really bullish on it. I'm cheering for it. Okay. So today I'm up $1,800 on ALTI. Amazing. Up 0.5% in my whole position. I bought it at different prices. Okay, next, what did I do? I bought more QDTE. Okay, I wanted to diversify. So I sold Msty. I got rid of that junk. Like I said, I deposited $45,000 into the account. So my cash in here is $200,487. And I have almost $11,000 on margin. Now, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to lower my margin. Folks who watch my video from yesterday, a lot of folks point out, hey, you're like 73% on margin. I know I was getting a little bit hairy. I withdrew so much money, and I wanted to make sure that I get my margin down. So I'm floating at 55% on margin right now. So not too bad. I'm really liking that. I think the goal for me eventually, I want to reduce my margin probably somewhere between 40 to 50%. And this is, and I just had another idea on how I'm going to play this. I mean, if we're going to have very bullish weeks without any news, why not just go into something for 3 days? Buy something on Wednesday that's going to pay a dividend on Friday that has momentum, and then get out on Friday. Don't even hold it over the weekend. Don't hold it for a month. Why not do that? So that was another idea I had that maybe I'll start doing that. But so really, I mean, I'm down to, my largest position here. You can see ALTI 190,000 and a half. QDT, I'm up 64 grand. XET down $23,000. BTCI, I'm loving this one, $26,000. SMCY, I've held this one since really the beginning when I built this portfolio. It's been down, but it's slowly climbing back up. $4,500. Now I do have some options here. I don't know how well these are going to play out. These are very speculative, so don't worry about that. But really, my dividend portfolio is down to 5 funds. And once this SMCY recovers, if it ever recovers, I'll probably just end up dumping it. I'm really loving the weekly payers, folks. I hate waiting a whole month and seeing what happens with these fluctuations and really gambling on one horse. Okay, so I mean, look at like something like Coney, for example. And I don't want to make this video too long. We're going to wrap it up here. But Coney, like if we look at the 6-month chart, I mean, some folks bought it $14. Some folks bought it at $6. Now we're back up to like $10. It's all over the place. Look at the all-time chart. It started at 12, went to 29. Like, where do you even enter this? Like, what's going to happen to something like this? Well, look at coin, right? Coin is the underlier. Okay, coin stock. I can spell stock. Look at this thing. Like this chart is so different from Coney chart. Like I don't even understand what the logic is here. But look, we were just at the peak. Okay, what's gonna happen? How much of a pullback are we gonna have? Look at this last pullback, folks. Back in December 6th, we're at $343. We went down to $160 on coin. From $340 to $160. Imagine holding like the same position on Coney. Like I don't know. It scares me, folks. It scares me how all of these are such a bubble right now. Let's look at Hood. Hood had a pullback this week. Yeah, so we were up 111. We're down to 102. Look at year to date. We're up 158%. Like, is there going to be a correction to this? Look at the last correction in February. Okay, so from 65 down to 34. You almost lost like 50% of your account. I mean, hopefully you held on. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, folks, that's my portfolio. That's what I did. Let me know what you think. Did I make a mistake? Am I gonna regret selling Misty at that price? Is this thing gonna blow up? Is MSTR gonna go to $800 by the end of the year? Is Bitcoin gonna go to $250,000? What are you guys doing? Who's retiring on this stuff? I mean, is this stuff even viable? This seems like magic money. So that's what I got, folks. Really, that's it. So enjoy your evening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.